Wow. Wow. I'm gonna go full fantard mode. Probably at the end of this chapter. Fuck! This series is mind fucking me right now. Oh my god. This episode was amazing. Pacing, animation, voice acting, whatever, the action, plot progression, questions answered, more answers appearing. Oh my god. Is this like the last episode? I really hope not. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Alright, so we start off with this episode where Subaru leaves off of, in the last episode, everyone is chopped up at the mansion. Even the children, they're messed up. You can even see their bodies. I had a couple of cringe moments in the beginning of this episode and the end of this episode. I'll get to that in a little. Motherfucker! These kids have blood flowing on them, and everyone is dead. Where the fuck is Emilia? Did they take? Whoever did. Okay, so Subaru keeps looking around. He's just fucked. He's mind fucked more than I am. He's just done. He's just walking around trying to find something, anything, any hope of life or something. And then we find this secret room. It's like all bluish and stuff, man. I'm like, where is Emilia? We need to find her now or something. Like, she's suspect number one in all of this. Oh, we have our other suspects, but she's like, what is she up to? Where is she? So he keeps walking, and Subaru, it's getting really cold down this dark hallway, and he tries to grab this door, and his fingers break off. And he's like, oh, what the heck? And he shoots this down, starts screaming, and then he starts freezing up. And then you hear this voice, he hears this voice saying, you were too late. And then his face breaks in half, and then he's dead. Then we go back and we reset. We reset back to where he was. The place that they resetted it, which I'm glad they did this, was at the market when they were about to buy apples with Ren. And he's like all sweaty. He's like, oh. And then the shopkeeper is like, yo, what's up, man? You like spaced out for a little. Sometimes I wonder if he's actually dying, if he's just getting glimpses of the future. But that probably isn't the case because no one else remembers what he remembers. So he looks at Rem, and Rem's like, Subaru. And she's like, are you okay? Like, what's wrong? You look all freaked out. And then like he grabs her, he grabs onto her stomach, and he just starts crying. Crazy. Basically, he snapped. He does not say anything. He's like, he snapped, man. At least I felt like he snapped until the end of this episode. But he snapped in this part. And so she takes him back to the other mansion of the priestess, and he's like, that other knight, that forget her name, the one that his name, it looks like a chick, 5-minute fender. He can't heal him, because it's nothing like, there's no curses, nothing medical, but it's all mental here. And Rem says that even though they can't see it, she notices the witch's stench on him. She's like, something's wrong. Something's really, really wrong. So Rem decides to take Subaru back. And she's like holding his hand, saying, oh, thanks for everything. We're going to go take him back to Emilia, yada, yada, yada. So they're going back to Emilia's mansion and see if that could probably help him out, seeing Emilia. And the priestess she kind of digs into it, and she asks him, why do you go so far for this guy? You know, it's not of a relationship of a servant and a master. You look at him like a woman looks at a man. And she gets all like flustered, and she, like, not flustered, but she's just like, oh, well, to me, Subaru is like really special. And that's all we get into it with, at least in that part of the episode, about her relationship with Subaru. So they go back to the mansion, and they run into the cult that they saw that was there from last episode. Before they run into the cult, before they pull off their plans, before they murder everyone. It's in broad daylight, and so they attack them, and they freaking chopped off the poor dragon's head. Poor little guy, he had nothing to do with this. And they want to kidnap Subaru, and they're taking him. And she's like, oh, get your hands off of me, you witch cultist. So it's confirmed these people worship the witch. They do follow her in her name. And they are the same people that ruined her life in the beginning, who chopped off her sister, Ram, her horn off. And she says, oh, don't take him away too. And she attacks them, and then they hold her off. And Subaru's kidnapped all the way to the cave, and Subaru's like just hanging, man. He's just hanging. He's just out of it, man. He's just snapped completely. Then they get to the cave. Oh my god. Then we get to the leader of this cult. Just this ugly Joker looking motherfucker. And he looks like so animated, so cartoon. You can see his eyes bulge out and stuff like that. He's all crazy. Oh man, and here's what's interesting. He sees Subaru chained up, and man, he says this, "You wouldn't happen to be Pride." And I'm like, what the fuck? Pride? What does that mean? Okay, am I gonna have to read that again? I don't know if I misinterpreted. I'm gonna have to look back at that, but he says, "You wouldn't happen to be Pride." Isn't pride a type of sin or something like that? I'm like, what is Subaru? He called him Pride. You wouldn't happen to be Pride, now would you? And Subaru's just there acting all crazy. He still looks all broken. Or he's not acting, he looks broken. He thinks that he's acting. But he called him Pride. What does that mean? It's like, what is this, the 7 deadly sins now? Is he a sin? What's going on? Oh, God. So I'm like, is this crazy guy mistaking Subaru for someone else? I don't know. So, oh man. He's just saying all this gibberish. It's kind of hard. It was kind of hard for me to keep up with him. But he says, "How could you, a believer, fall into this kind of love or something like that?" It's as if he's talking like he knows Subaru, as if he knows him from the past. And it's just like, oh man, it's like, what the hell? What was Subaru doing before this all happened? What was Subaru doing that on the other world in the first place? What is his purpose here? Just more and more questions instead of like, we got little answers, but more questions. And this is driving me fucking insane. I don't know. So he's like, this guy's just kind of funny, man. He's acting all crazy. He's looking at Subaru. Subaru's all like dead. And then the cave kind of explodes. And you see Rem coming in going all ham on these motherfuckers. She's chopping them left and right. She's like, let him go. Don't touch him. And then this guy's like, oh, you're coming from him. This will be like a waste of your time and stuff like that. This fucking episode. So Rem starts tearing everyone apart. And then this guy, this leader, gets a piece of her. He lifts her up. And then looks like he kills her just with his hands by levitating her. And then he starts twisting her body and breaking Rem's neck. Oh, so cringeworthy. You can hear. I'm like, oh. And then Subaru's losing it. No, don't do this. No. And then he's like, he still does it. And then he twists her body and she falls to the floor. And it looks like Rem is completely dead. And then Subaru says it. He says, he goes crazy. He goes, this is crazy. Like, I thought he broke before, but now he's just, I don't know what to say. Subaru just has gone mental madness. He gets this look in his eyes and he yells this guy's name. Belcherus, I believe, yells it at the top of his lungs, and then the guy's like, oh, you finally called me by my name. Dude, Subaru knows this guy. I don't know how. I don't know if he remembers him, but he knows his name. Okay, I'm pretty sure now that Subaru was once a follower of the witch, or at least a cultist, or one of the leaders, and something happened where he lost his memory, or maybe he had in the past Subaru was someone else as part of the cult, and he had himself lose his memory with some kind of special magic, or he did a spell or a curse that would hide all his powers and magic and memory, and he put himself in a different dimension, or he created another dimension of himself so no one would ever find Subaru. I don't know what is Subaru hiding. I don't know if he's hiding something like a key that would unlock or release the witch from somewhere or someplace, but it's obvious to me Subaru was once part of the cult, or once a follower of the witch, or someone very important to that matter. And Subaru just goes completely nuts, screaming to the top of his lungs, saying he will kill this motherfucker. I was like, oh, all right. Here's where it gets really sad. Ram starts to move. She's alive, and she's barely moving. She's crawling to Subaru, and Subaru's like, Ram, don't, why? No. And she climbs and she releases his handcuffs with her magic. And she's just there. And he's holding her. He's crying. He's like, no, Ram. And just like pulled at my heartstrings. She's like, live on. She says, love you. Or so, I think she confessed her love to him. I think she did. Oh, okay, that's it. Shipping. I'm shipping them. Fuck Emilia. I'm shipping them. I don't know where Emilia is. She's done something bad or something, or she's kidnapped. But dude, I am anyone else who ships him, I am on that ship. I'm on the ship. I will go down with that if it sinks. I don't know. So he gets out of the cuffs. He's like carrying Rem all the way to the mansion. And now we get back to what we left off on last episode. Everyone is once again mowed down. And he sees Ram, and she's taken down too. And he starts saying the guy's name again, like he's gonna kill this guy. I'm like, oh man, what is his history? What is his history? We need more answers. Now, if I thought my mind was fucked bad at this point of the chapter, here's where it gets even weirder, crazier. He looks up at the mansion, and then out of nowhere, you see this monster poke its head out of the roof, and he says, "Go to sleep. Get just like my daughter." And it's like a nice soothing voice, but it looks like a monster. And you just see its silhouette and its eyes glowing, and then Subaru's head gets chopped off. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm losing my mind. What was that monster? Is it Puck? Was that Puck? It sounded really soothing to be Puck, but I don't know. What does she mean? What does it mean by saying just like my daughter? Is he talking about Rem? Or Amelia? Is Amelia dead? I don't know. This series is driving me nuts. And then it cuts to the credits. Is that the last episode? I really hope that isn't. I need more. I need more. Oh, fuck. Okay, he dies. He goes back to the spot of the shopkeeper. And then he sees Rem. And then, like, he gets close to her. And then he just grabs her hand, I believe. And, like, it looks like he was about to confess something to her. I don't know. And then the shopkeeper's, hey, I don't need your flirtations for you guys to be flirting around here. Get out of here. So they start walking. And Rem's like, hey, Subaru, just to let you know, that scent of the witch is just got worse. And it's like, oh, well, looks like you just have to hold my hand just to make me feel more safe or make this safe. She's like, okay. And she, like, scoots up to the next to him. They're walking. And then the last shot of Subaru in his eyes, and he's got, like, determination and madness. I don't know what he's going to do. Man, he's got to try to figure this out. Fuck! This episode was crazy. Ratings go, this is a Fantard rating. I don't give a fuck. Better than 5 out of 5 stars. Never go full Fantard unless it's for RE0. Peace, bitch.